So you're probably wondering, well, what's in this beautiful leather sleeve from HP? Well, it's this. This is the HP Elite Dragonfly. This is one I've been anticipating for quite a while. When HP announced it a while back, I couldn't wait to get it into the studio to put it through its paces. Not only do I love its looks with this iridescent blue, but I love its build quality, super thin and light design, and excellent 1 watt, low powered, full HD display that gives phenomenal battery life. Yep, this has the makings to be a winner. Hey everybody, it's Andrew, and this is my review of the all-new HP Elite Dragonfly. Coming up. Now before we begin, if you like these type of videos, why not hit that subscribe button and make sure you hit that notification bell. This way you'll be alerted every time I post a new video. Make sure you follow me on all the social media, especially Twitter and Instagram. I'll let you know when I post a new video on those platforms as well. And it looks like I'm going full-time with this YouTube channel, ladies and gentlemen, so that means there are going to be more frequent videos on a more consistent basis, but I'm going to need your help. Why not become a patron of this channel and help support this channel and help me make more videos? There are 3 tiers. I'll put the link below for more information and how you can support this channel. Some of the perks include behind-the-scenes look at the AMDtech channel, live chat, live streams, and early access to videos, among other perks. And in the interest of transparency and full disclosure, I'm not being paid by HP, I'm not being sponsored by HP. All the opinions you're about to hear are my own, and no one is seeing this video before its release. The review unit is on loan from HP, and I will be returning it once this review is done. Now, in addition to the Core i7 that HP sent me, I purchased the Core i5 version with my own money. I wanted to compare the two. Pricing starts at $1549. That gets you the 2-cell 38 watt-hour battery. It also gets you the Core i5 8265U. There's also the upgraded battery option. That's the 4-cell 56.2 watt-hour battery. It also has the Core i7 with V Pro. That's the one HP sent me. I also have the Core i5, which I purchased with my own money. And with that out of the way, let's find out what you get inside the box. Let's open it up. Now, inside the box is a 65 watt USB-C power adapter with an extension cord. And holding the unit for the first time, the first thing that strikes me is the appearance. Wow, this thing is beautiful. You wouldn't know that this would be geared towards the business user. I think average consumer will definitely love it. I love that iridescent blue. It looks spectacular in my opinion. You get some documentation and warranty information as well. Now, HP also sent over the Tilt Pen. Now, I really like the Tilt Pen. It's rechargeable, uses USB-C. It also has some Bluetooth functionality. It has a good feel to it, and I also like the fact they give you different size tips in the box. And in addition to the pen, they also sent over another premium accessory. This is the HP sleeve made specifically for the Elite Dragonfly. And I have to say, I'm really impressed with it. It has a premium leather feel to it. I think it's real leather, but I can't be quite certain, although it does say leather on this tag, so I assume that it is. And of course, there's a slot for the pen. This is a really nice accessory. It's extremely thin and very light. In fact, it has a starting weight of 2.18 pounds or less than a kilogram for the 2-cell battery version. The version with the 4-cell battery, the one that I have, is 2.5 pounds or 1.14 kilograms. Either way, that's extremely light. A couple of things of note, it's made out of a thicker magnesium alloy, and it's also the world's first notebook with ocean-bound plastic material, which means that using recycled plastics means it's better for the environment, and that's always good. And it has a military standard 810G rating, meaning this underwent a series of tests to make sure that this can take a licking and keep on ticking. You gotta love it. Now before we get to the ports, let's check out today's sponsor. Today's video is brought to you by WinX HD Video Converter Deluxe. It's an all-in-one video processing tool integrated with video converter, compressor, editor, downloader, and slideshow maker. It's a must-have tool, especially for a content creator like me here on YouTube, where I'm constantly having to convert to different video formats. Whether it's come from a GoPro, DJI, DSLR, iPhone, or Android, I want to convert 4K HD video to a usable format that I need at the moment. And it couldn't be any easier. Step 1, input the video you want to convert. Step 2, choose the format. Step 3, click the Run button. That's it. It's that simple. Now, it's a free download available for both Windows and Mac, so head on over to winxdvd.com to pick up your copy of WinX HD Video Converter Deluxe. I want to thank Digiarty and WinXDVD for sponsoring today's video. Okay, let's check out the port selection. Let's begin on the left side where you find one USB-A 3.1, a power button, a Kensington lock port, and the SIM tray for the optional LTE. This is a Cat9 LTE modem and it will work with Verizon and AT&T. Moving over to the right side, you get two Thunderbolt 3 ports, a 3.5mm headset jack, and an HDMI 1.4 port. Now, in order to get inside this laptop, there are 5 T5 Torx screws. Remove them, remove the bottom plate, and you're in. Now, once inside, what is upgradable, of course, is the SSD, although you do get some really excellent reads and writes, as you can see from these results. Now, unfortunately, the RAM is soldered in as well as the Wi-Fi card. There is also a space for the optional LTE. And as you can see, this unit has the 4-cell 56.2 watt-hour battery, and the battery life is really excellent. And speaking of battery life, as you can see, the Core i5 did 12 hours and 47 minutes on my continuous web surfing test. The Core i7 with V Pro did 12 hours and 15 minutes, both all-day battery numbers, and that's thanks to the 1-watt display that both of these devices have. But if you do need to plug in, HP does supply you with a 65-watt USB-C power adapter that gives you 50% in just 30 minutes. A full charge took 2 hours and 12 minutes. Now you have 3 display options. There's the 1-watt low-powered Full HD display, there's the HDR400 UHD display, and then there's the HP SureView with the Gen 3 privacy display that gets extremely bright. Now I have the 1-watt low-powered display, and I have to say it's simply excellent when it comes to the brightness and when it comes to battery life. It's a great blend. It has some really deep blacks, some very vibrant colors, and it has some really good contrast as well. And not only that, it's also a very bright display coming in at 343 nits, making this a great choice for both indoor and outdoor use. And it also covers the color gamut very well, 99% sRGB, 76% Adobe RGB, so if you're looking to use this for Photoshop, Lightroom, and of course video editing, this is a good choice. And it has some really slim side bezels, top bezel, and even the bottom chin is not too pronounced, which is not normally the case on tuned ones. I like the look of this laptop. I like it a lot. So this is the front-facing camera on the all-new HP Elite Dragonfly. A really beautiful looking laptop, whether it be for business or not. It is business focused, but I think everyday average consumers will also love this, especially, again, the way it looks, how thin and light it is, the great build quality. I'm super impressed with this effort. And it's also a Windows Hello camera, so logging in with face recognition is pretty good on this. And I have to say, this is one really good ultra-portable laptop. And there's a privacy switch that allows you to turn off your webcam to give you more privacy and security. You gotta like it. And it also has a fingerprint scanner that works really well. Registered my finger pretty much every time I used it. Great for Windows Hello as well. Now, of course, this is a convertible laptop, meaning you can put it into the different modes. For instance, there's tent mode, great for recipes in the kitchen, consuming media. The same goes for the stand mode. Watching Netflix and YouTube is really great. Now, of course, you could always put it into tablet mode. This is great for use with the pen. And as a tablet, since it's pretty light, it's a pretty good experience as well. But most of the time, I found myself using it in laptop mode. And as a laptop, this thing really shines. I really do like it in this mode. Now let's talk about the keyboard. I'm a big fan. I think it has pretty good tactile feedback. It doesn't feel like your fingers are going to bottom out. Pretty good key travel as well, considering how thin and light this design is. And it's a quieter keyboard with less rattle. And it has a multi-stage backlight that allows you to get work done in a dark room or a dimly lit environment. And I love the fact that this has a precision touchpad, which is of course very responsive. 2-finger scrolling was buttery smooth. All the Windows 10 gestures worked as advertised. I think they did a great job with the touchpad. And the touchscreen was pretty responsive as well. Another great way to navigate through the OS. Now let's talk about the processors, and the first thing you need to know is that they didn't go with the 10th generation Intel processor or the Ice Lake processor, which is the latest from Intel for this category. And the reason they didn't go with that is because this is a business-focused laptop, so they needed a V Pro version. So they went with the 8th generation quad-core processors from Intel, and I have the two of them. I have the Core i5 8265U, and I have a version with the Core i7 with V Pro. That's the one HP sent to me. Now, as far as productivity work, doing Microsoft Office, email, web browsing, everything worked well on both the Core i5 and the Core i7 with V Pro. I had no issues. Now, keep in mind, these both have 16 gigabytes of RAM. Things like video editing, high-end Photoshop are going to be okay on this device. You definitely could do 1080p video editing, so you're okay in that regard. But if you need something with a little bit more oomph, then definitely invest in an external GPU. And I think it goes without saying, this is not a dedicated gaming laptop. In fact, I think this is something you're going to have to keep in mind. If you're buying this to play AAA titles, forget about it. This is not your device. But if you want to play the occasional game here and there, play some of the older titles, lower the settings, you will get some playable frame rates. Now, the numbers you see here are played on the Core i7 with V Pro. With the Core i5, they're not quite as good. But again, this is not a dedicated gaming laptop. But if you want to play a Windows Store game, you'll be fine on either version. And I think they did a decent job with the thermals, although it did get very warm on the bottom after I streamed a 15-minute HD video. I want to see something around 95 degrees Fahrenheit. It got 100 degrees, so that's something to keep in mind. Now, keep in mind also that there's only one fan, so that might contribute to some of the heat and the less dissipation that this exhibits. And with any thin and light device such as this, it's going to thermal throttle when you really push it under heavy load. Playing high-end games and so forth will definitely push it to its limit, so keep that in mind. The HP Elite Dragonfly has Wi-Fi 6, and HP claims 3 times faster than the transfer speed you'd get with Wi-Fi 5. And based on my testing and use of this device, I can say it's actually pretty accurate. And I also can say the range is excellent as well. And that's because of its superior antenna design. Now, the unit that HP sent me has the Cat9 LTE modem that works with both AT&T and Verizon. And I can't stress it enough that having always-on connected LTE has been a real boon for performance. I love it. But one thing to keep in mind, if you're going to be using the LTE, it will be a drain on the battery. Now, the HP Elite Dragonfly has 2 top and 2 bottom firing speakers, and I have to say, these Bang & Olufsen speakers are pretty good, although not the best I've ever heard. It does get loud enough to fill a small room, of course, and it does have a hint of bass, so that's good. Now, the pen that HP sent over has 4,096 levels of pressure sensitivity. It uses the Wacom AES technology, and it also has a rechargeable battery inside of it. That means you don't need any quadruple A batteries. It charges via USB-C, and that's always good. And it also has Bluetooth functionality as well, a lot of added functionality with the press of a button. Now, this is a great accessory if you like to take notes and sketch out artwork. So to wrap it all up, can I recommend the all-new HP Elite Dragonfly? Did HP hit it out of the ballpark? And the answer is a resounding yes. I think this is an excellent choice for not only business users, but consumers alike. I like its bright, vivid 1-watt low-power display, the gorgeous lightweight premium design, the extremely long battery life, I love the comfortable keyboard, and I love the fact they went with a precision touchpad. Now, you do get solid performance out of that 8th generation CPU, although, again, I wish it was the 10th generation Ice Lake. And you also get a host of security features that will definitely make the IT departments very happy. Now, there are no real deal breakers here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to give the HP Elite Dragonfly a score of 91%, making it worth your money. So what do you think about this beauty, the HP Elite Dragonfly? And I have to say, first and foremost, I love the way this looks. I love the fact that this is a business-focused laptop, but it's not boring looking. And I love the fact that it's so super thin and light. I love the fact that it has a nice port selection and it has some really great battery life, especially if you opt to go with that 4-cell 56.2 watt-hour battery. Combine that with the 1 watt low power full HD display, you're looking at some really great battery life. This is the complete package, ladies and gentlemen. I don't care if you're a business person or the average consumer, this is the one to look at right now. Now, there are some negatives with this. The one thing that you might want to pay attention to, this doesn't have the latest Intel processors. Of course, that would be the Intel 10th generation Ice Lake processor that you'd find on, say, something like the HP Spectre X360 we just took a look at. This is still running the 8th generation quad-core CPU. This particular one is the Core i7 with vPro. I also have the Core i5. I showed you the difference between the two. Now, I also love the fact that this has LTE modem inside. I used it with Verizon. It also works with AT&T right out of the box. And I got to tell you, having the LTE on this, always connected LTE, is a boon to productivity, especially if you are that business user, that business traveler that needs that connectivity when you're on the road. This might be the best 2-in-1 I've reviewed in a very, very long time, and that says a lot. So please hit the like button, please subscribe, please share this video. Don't forget to leave a comment in that comment section below. Let me know how I'm doing. Let me know if there's a device or something out there you think I should review. I'll do my best to try to make that happen. Don't forget to check me out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and of course my website, AMDtechreviews.com. So until next time, this is Andrew from AMDtech. See ya. Hey everybody, it's Andrew, and this is my review of the HP Elite Dragonfly for... What the hell is it called? Hey everybody, it's Andrew, and this is my review of the HP Elite Dragonfly. Hey everybody, it's Andrew.